Jake Bates. Throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. And he is gone. A pick six for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash, for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And going to be stuffed. A loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Tua shotgun. Back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Bunched up. Tua to throw. Pass time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone. Left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Pass midfield. Spinning his way. Pass to 35 to 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles respond instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my, making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards, 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The Kansas City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello, everybody, and welcome on in. 3 games on the slate today, beginning here with Philly and Tampa. How's everyone doing? Oh yeah, but that Dublin game was something. Minnesota had a chance there, but they played that final drive very weird. And really that entire game was just not a great one from that Vikings offense. The fact that they failed to get in the end zone until late in the 4th like that, rough. Yep. Exactly. Which kind of not surprising that the defense was what really kept them in that game, because Vikings defense really good the past few years. And I'm very curious on the direction of that offense the rest of the season. Carson Wentz is still going to be starting next week for their game in London against Cleveland. I think the fact he did not put up a similar performance to last week means that J.J. McCarthy is going to be the guy once the bye week hits. We watch football because we love it at the end of the day. I mean, yesterday, as you mentioned off the bat, LSU had a very tough loss. UCF played terribly against K-State. But there's for every bad game your team puts out there, there's like 5 other fan bases you can joyfully laugh at. Damn. Tampa celebrating their 50th season. As I was getting breakfast earlier, I got given this really nice looking poster to commemorate the game. It talks about some of the things I mentioned in the description. The championship game in 2002, the wild card game from a few years back. Yeah.
Yeah, the Razorbacks. Colorado had like a 3rd and 6 turned into a 4th and 22 against BYU. It was yeah, yeah. But again, that's what football is for. Everyone knows football is bound to take at least 5 years off your life at any given moment. As Tampa will be getting ball first in this one. At some point, you just accept the fact that shit goes the way it do. Kickoff underway from Tampa. This is going to be bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. They'll begin from the 20. I am surviving. Part of the reason why I did not stream the Dublin game is so I can get some more rest. And yeah, that was nice. I laid in bed for like a solid 3 hours after waking up. I was pretty much bedridden most of yesterday. I got lunch right after the UCF game, got some pizza, and after that it was just on my Steam Deck playing Hades 2 from bed the rest of the night. But we're here. Oh yeah, West Coast international games. That's one of the things I'm glad I'm on the East Coast for is for those. But most other games I kind of wish to be on the West Coast for. First play of the game, quick pass left side is going to be caught for a gain of roughly 9. That is Tez Johnson on the reception. Oh yeah, Mike's picking that up. Yeah, it is. It just as soon as the game started, it's just started completely downpouring here in Florida. So that's great. Mayfield under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Gonna hand this off left side for Bucky Irvin. That's enough for a first down and then some. Still going past the 40. Eventually brought down near the 43. Ooh. Actually, I'm interested in the redesign of the rivalry jerseys. For as much as I am a fan of pretty much all of them, I definitely think some could get a little bit of an improvement on. I actually am getting a Patriots rivalries jersey in like a month and in like a few weeks. To add to the collection, that'd be the Patriots jersey I have. So I'm excited to get that and for that to arrive. Mayfield in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Gonna look to throw here from 1st and 10. Has time. Pass left side is gonna be incomplete off the fingertips of Chris Godwin. So 2nd and 10 coming up. Yeah, I'm not surprised that the Hawks and Rams would be the main two to be changed. For as much as I like black uniforms, I mean, hell, but the Ravens jersey you see behind me is the black throwbacks. The Rams missed the mark on it, I think. Mayfield handoff up the middle for Bucky Irvin could be a gain of roughly 5, so a 3rd and 5 coming up. I'm gonna be muted for 1 sec. And there we go. Mic's now properly set up. All right, Mayfield in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right for 3rd down. Gonna look to throw. Has some time. Pass left side is incomplete. Looking for Emeka Ejbuka, but he was completely covered. I don't get that decision. And the Bucs can have to send this one down. Yeah. When you finish them, put a comment again about where you want me about where I about sending them, and I'll give you a place to then. I saw the previous one. It's just I've been flooded with assignments and stuff. And didn't have like proper time to respond to it. The punt gets blocked and returned the other way. Philly's special teams back-to-back weeks. It's a touch. It's a touchdown. And the Eagles strike first thanks to the special teams. Sidney Brown returns the blocked punt. Oh man. How back-to-back weeks? Really? That's a rough start for Tampa. $36. Cameron Latu, second-year tight end out of Alabama, gets the block. And then Sidney Brown returns it. Extra point is up and good. Philly has a 7-0 lead before their offense even touches the field. Last week, they had 2 blocked field goals in the win, including Jordan Davis returning one of them at the very end of the game. And then the second instance of special teams in this one, they get a blocked punt return for a touchdown. God damn, special teams, man. It's important. That's insane. How does Philly do it, man? Jeez. Damn, Buffalo scored quick against the Saints. Not surprised. Yeah, Philly is a beast of a team. They are able to capitalize on any small mistake, no matter what side of the ball. Yeah, we had some craziness in the Dublin game, and has already returned throughout this slate. I mean, Isaiah Rodgers had a blocked field goal in Dublin. He's been all over the place. Yeah. Again, I'm very curious on what the final score of the Bills Saints game is going to be. Oh, that's also some terrible tackling on that touchdown. I'm just seeing. Jeez. Okay. That would have been funny as well. A Rodgers on Rodgers pick six. It would have been a thing Minnesota needed in that game. Oh yeah, I mean Minnesota's O-line is injured insanely right now, even during that game, which I probably played a massive factor in it all. Yeah, and the hope is that McCarthy is the guy. I'm not sure. You need to make that decision quick though, because the next 2 years of QB classes might be the best we see for a hot minute. Kickoff returned up to the 25. Yeah, I still think obviously I wasn't high on Minnesota going into the season. I still think they can be a solid team this year, but if any Vikings fan had expectations of like Super Bowl this year, that was never gonna happen. Mayfield and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the left, gonna send one of them in motion. As a quick throw right side for Godwin is going to get about 7. Yeah, obviously that. And it's fine to be delusional, but even then, like you have the delusional expectations and you have the realistic expectations. I mean, look, after this past week of college football, I would say the 2026 QB class isn't even that great. But we'll see how see how things play out. But so far, my idea of waiting until 27 for a quarterback does not seem that bad. Mayfield looking to throw in 2nd and 3. Pass over the middle is incomplete. Trying to get that to Emeka Egbuka, but Quinion Mitchell tight in coverage. 3rd and 3 coming up. Oh, that's placed perfectly. Yeah, absolute perfect placement. And Egbuka needs to catch that. Yeah. And the time will tell if that's the case for the sophomore and freshman guys. And I still think 27 is the year though if you want your franchise. I'm not really high on too many of these in 26 right now. 3rd and 3, Mayfield to throw, pass right side is going to be caught, but short of the first down marker. Only got a gain of 1 there for Egbuka. Quinion Mitchell tight in coverage already so far in this one. And that's a 3 and out for Tampa. Not a great start for this Tampa offense, but still think they got a chance. It is still very early in this one, so that's part of the reason. Yeah, that happens. Punt comes off clean, going to be fair caught at the 27. I mean, like, New England's offense looked incredible against Miami, but besides every other game since, they've looked terrible. Sometimes just a matchup is better. Yeah, the 26 QB class, it might be similar to what we saw this year, where like you have the one guy that truly stands out, but besides that, everyone else is more so just potential picks and flyers. So we'll see as well. Like if I'm Miami, I'm probably more so thinking of 27 to get your next friend to take your next swing at someone. No, they're probably thinking that way for a different reason than I am. As we're at commercial break, by the way. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like I've totally thought Darnold was gonna stay in Minnesota, and I thought even with McCarthy that he was gonna need another season to learn behind someone because he didn't really get that shot last year because he was busy rehabbing the entire season. He wasn't getting practice reps in. He wasn't working in that side of things. He wasn't able to get any late game garbage time and playing time, which some guys could definitely use in the rookie season. What part of the room is it in? Because that would change how you handle getting it out. Because you definitely don't want to have it just stay there. The risk of it getting into like the vents and laying eggs and shit, no. But if it's still close enough to window, try to do the whole like bottle over it, then slide something underneath to take it out. Okay, then there's ways to just simply like nudge it a little bit. Damn, Jackson Dart got a Russian touchdown on his opening drive. Hell yeah. All right, first play for this Eagles offense. Hurts and shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. 1st and 10 from the 27. Making some adjustments at the line. Hurts looking to throw. Tampa sends pressure. Pass right side for Barkley. Has plenty of space, and that's a 1st down. Gain of roughly 12. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, probably should have got like extra nap. Oh well. Hurts in shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. 1st and 10 now from the 39. Hurts looking to throw once again. Quick pass left side to Barkley once again. And that's going to be a gain of about 1 yard, maybe 2. Hurts in shotgun back to his left, 3 receiving options to the right. 2nd and 8 from about the 40.5-yard line. Hurts to throw once again. Has time. Deep shot right side is going to be incomplete. Looking for A.J. Brown. Couldn't hang on to the one-hand grab. So 3rd and 8. Also, college game day is going to Bama this upcoming week. Because we're going to have a ranked top 20 match between Bama and Vanderbilt for the first time since like the 1930s. So hell yeah. That's going to be amazing. Hurts in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. 3rd and 8. Play clock winding down. Hurts to throw a quick pass over the middle is caught by Devonta Smith. He gets to midfield, a gain of 9 and a 1st down. Tampa is trying to extend a lot of pressure here, but they're getting the ball out quick. Nice. What kind of cereal? Well, what's the go-to cereal over there? Handoff up the middle, and there's room for A.J. Dillon to get about a 12. And another 1st down for Philly. Oh, they're going to make me look stupid today, are they? I think that Cheerio's nice. It's a Hurts in shotgun back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. 1st and 10 from the plus 39. Hurts play action looking to throw. Has time, pass left side is caught, and that's going to be Dallas Goedert for about 8. Well, yeah. No, I'm a Cookie Crisp guy. I do have a box of Frosted Flakes in that closet right behind me. They're expired because I kind of forgot they were there since freshman year, but there's still a box in there. Hurts play action looking to throw in 2nd and 2. Pressure coming, avoiding it to his right, trying to buy some time. Now going to take it himself, and that's a 1st down carry and a whole bunch more. Jalen Hurts inside the 5 and down to about the 2. Yeah, I guess the cereal itself isn't supposed to fill you up. That's kind of what the milk is for, but still. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's where that's where you get the cereal, you get some other stuff in there, you get the milk. It's a compliment to a bunch of other meals. A shovel pass right side for Dallas Goedert and the Eagles. The Eagles back on the board. 13-point lead now. Pretty much a swinging gate play. And already going to be a double-digit, a 2-possession lead for Philly. Yeah. The extra point is up and good. Tampa's gonna need a drive here soon. It's weird saying that it's still in the first quarter, but this Eagles offense, man, they moved the ball down the field really effectively. Heading to a commercial break as well. Yeah. Commercial break. I'll quickly be right back. We back. So a commercial break. Yeah, what's going on around the league? The Chargers lose another offensive lineman. Joe Alt is being carted to the locker. They lost Rashawn Slater before the season. Now Joe Alt is potentially out for the year. Damn. Atlanta up by 3 in the red zone. Cleveland is up by 7 over Detroit. Carolina up by 6. It's a tied game between the Saints and Bills at 7. Buffalo's on first and goal though. Yeah, this Chargers team, man, they have so much potential for this season with how it started. If they lose any more linemen, I don't know how far they can go. It's still early, but yeah, that game is tied for the moment. Kickoff underway, going to be returned, and it's up to about the 27-ish. What was the drive that they scored in a 7-play drive that spanned about 4 minutes. Okay. Oh, they got aided by a defensive holding as well as. I don't know. It's any given Sunday. You never know what can happen. Again, Cleveland had that win last week against the Packers. Mayfield under center, going to hand this off up the middle. Now trying to bounce it right side is Bucky Irvin, going to get to the 30, a gain of 2. Quinion Mitchell has been everywhere so far in this game. Like, he's just making play after play after play. I mean, yeah, Seattle's on a different level for sure. Now, if the Seahawks had to play Buffalo, or would we see that? Probably. Mayfield in shotgun back to his left, looking to throw in 2nd and 8. Has some time, pass left side is caught by Irvin, going to break a tackle and get about 8 yards. Should be enough for the first down. I was thinking about this the other day. Well, flash of like the nature of the league. Because we're just seeing the whole like rotational, like the circular nature of the NFL. Early 20, like, few years ago, late 2010s was all passing game and everything. Now we're going back to where like the ground game's more of a massive focus for teams that win. Handoff right side for Bucky Irvin's going to lose about a yard. Oh yeah, I know. I'm saying if you put Josh Allen on the teams that Sam Darnold has been on throughout his career, I'm not sure he survives the same way he does in Buffalo. If Allen was on any, like, if Allen was drafted to the Jets, like that hypothetical, there's no way Josh Allen's the Josh Allen we know today. 2nd and 11, Mayfield to throw, pass over the middle is caught. And that's Rashard White trying to find some room, but gonna get about 3, maybe 4. Like Allen was drafted to a good situation in Buffalo. Like they were coming off of making the playoffs not too long prior, like a year prior, and he had he had the good coach in there to change his mechanics. I'm not sure you see that in New York. Oh, they're gonna call Cooper DeJean for Taunton? Oh yeah, he stood over and stared down Rashard White. They're gonna get Cooper DeJean for Taunton here. And then the step over, yeah, that's gonna be Taunton. So 1st and 10 for Tampa. Damn. So ball now past midfield at the 44. Mayfield under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Going to flea flicker this and have some time. Looking past left side is picked off. It's intercepted. It's Cooper DeJean. And has room to run past midfield. Still going past the 45, past the 40, and eventually brought down at the 35. Penalty marker is down. Cooper DeJean just called for the Taunton. Oh no, that's gonna be ruled incomplete. The ground aids him there in making that pick. And now there's some fighting going on after the play. Quinion Mitchell has a Buccaneer helmet in hand. Oh, this game is getting ugly. So there is a penalty before all of this happened. There's gonna be stuff added to it. As a senior, yeah, Baker and Mitchell were getting some trash talk there. Mayfield then got some support, and Mitchell was not happy about it. Yeah, he's grabbing the face mask. Are we gonna see Quinion Mitchell get ejected here? So yeah, rule on the field incomplete. There's a personal foul on Philly. So it's gonna be tack on 15 to that. So yeah, no ejections. So it's what was initially thought to be a pick is now incomplete and tack on 15 for the personal foul. Damn. That is insane said about Daniel Jones. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, but the Jets constantly do that with putting so much expectations on a rookie for no reason. I mean, they did the same thing with Zach Wilson, and we all saw how he ended up playing. Yeah, the script writer has been cooking the past few weeks. Like this has been something. This has been one of the crazier starts to an NFL season than from like that I can remember. Ball now on the plus 29. Mayfield under center. Back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Tight end gets sent in motion as they hand this off to Bucky Irvin left side. Stiff arming his way for a gain of about 8. In the span of 2 plays, 2 of the Eagles' best young secondary players got called for taunting and then a personal foul for ripping off a helmet. Yeah, that sounds like Philly, all right. We have New England now has a special teams touchdown with a 88-yard punt return. That's special teams this week. Mayfield under center, gonna toss this right side for Bucky Irvin. He's gonna fall forward to the 20, a gain of a yard. So 3rd and 1 coming up. Tampa needs the end zone here. Well, not needs, but they would love to have the end zone here. So Mayfield under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side, 3rd and 1. Going to hand this off up the middle, and that's enough for a first down, up past the 15. Now maybe to the 15, so a gain of 5. I mean, hey, Washington is struggling already in this game, so I'm assuming quite a few of their fans are doing that. Oh yeah, that's those kind of neighbors are. Yeah. Mayfield and shotgun back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. A handoff once again for Bucky Irvin's gonna lose about a yard, maybe 2. Mariota is playing today for the Commanders. They're being a lot more cautious about Jaden Daniels than I think Washington normally would be, because they still have PTSD about RG3. So they're being cautious with it. They want to make, because because Daniels is their franchise, he's their franchise, he's their future. You don't want to risk it in his second season to think that he can go all the way now. Quick pass left side for Bucky Irvin is going to get those yards right back from the first down play. 3rd and roughly 10 coming up. Again, it's just Washington learning from those mistakes with RG3. Which, fair. I think if they need to keep being cautious, like they have a team they trust, they can win enough with Mariota for when Daniels is fully healthy. But you don't want Daniels to go down the RG3 route of just keep getting injured year after year. Mayfield trying to find some time here. We're going to fall forward and be sacked back at the 24. Philly's pass rush on 3rd down came in completely free, basically. And Tampa's going to have to settle for the field goal. Yeah, Zach Bond came in completely free up the middle. And then Bond misses the sack, and as he's falling down, he kicks the ball out of Mayfield's hands, which is what forced him to fall down and make sure he just to fall on the fumble. So a 4th and 19, 42-yard kick. It is up, and Tampa is on the board. And that's also the end of the first quarter. 15 minutes in the books, and it's been all Tampa's off. 15 minutes in the books. It has been all Tampa's offense on the field, basically, but Philly has been the one dominating this game. As we're at commercial break for the end of the first quarter. There we go. I'm surviving. If I truly felt like completely void of energy, I would not be live right now. It's just sore throat, bad cough. I'll manage. No, it's not that bad, thankfully. I made sure to have enough water and stuff with me for today. Yeah, we're at commercial break. Flash. I like how like the day basically just started, and we're already having time travel discussions in our group chat. That's just that's just cynical of what that group chat is. Yeah. Who doesn't love a good time travel discussion? And just coming back from the commercial break, the kickoff is returned up near the 30. So Philly's offense will start from there. Yeah, so and Fox put their A team on this game. It's the Brady Burkhardt broadcasting team for this game. Yet still somehow this game is not on my local Fox network, so I'm watching this through Sunday Ticket. I love how that works out. Hurts under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. They're going to hand this off up the middle. And that's Saquon Barkley finding room down the right side for a gain of roughly 6. Hell yeah. The Dolphins tweeted out what their like field design for the rivalry uniforms are going to be. And it's fine. Like it's something different that Miami doesn't typically do, but it's basically just the same end zone, but colored to be the rivalry colors. Which like that's cool. Kind of wish it was a little bit more done with after how we saw Arizona do with it. Toss left side for Barkley. He's gonna slip and lose about 3. So 3rd down coming up. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, even if I didn't have Sunday Ticket, like, I have NFL Plus, I could have just watched it off, like, my iPad or something. But, like, if you're gonna put your your number one team on a game, why is that game not on every single station in that state? Especially because Jacksonville doesn't play until 4 o'clock. Miami plays tomorrow night. Why is this game not on every single Florida Fox station? I don't know. Pass right side for Barkley is going to be caught, but only pick up about 2. So it's a 3-and-out force by this Tampa defense. Hassan Reddick on the tackle, and that's a massive 3-and-out forced. One they desperately needed to have happen. Well, yeah, again, that's kind of the point. It's supposed to be like sand and like the different particles you can find in sand. So it's nice. I get it. I like it. I think the Diamondbacks did a better sand themed jersey with their Serpentines City Connect, but it's still nice. Punt return beginning from the 11. Gonna get up past to about the 15. And I also think Arizona just has the worst color scheme. Like the Cardinals has the worst color scheme in that state. I much prefer the Suns colors. Much prefer the Diamondbacks colors. Even when the Coyotes were there, I preferred their colors. Like the Cardinals just feel like they missed the mark on the colors. In part because they have no purple associated with it, and I love the purple uniforms that we see from the Suns, the Diamondbacks, and the Coyotes when they were there. Like, those are some of my favorite jerseys. Yeah, and that's fair, that's fair. And I don't know how many NHL jerseys I plan on getting. The same way like I plan to get all the NFL ones. I want to see how much a Kachina jersey would go for right now, though. I can get one for $88. Hold on. It is also really funny that this website still exists. Yeah, and part of it is like the Cardinals as a team's history. It started in Chicago, then went to St. Louis. It's a color scheme that more so fits like St. Louis and Chicago a bit more. I mean, they tried to fit in like that gold and that lighter like sand color. I need the Cardinals to like properly hit the rebrand now that they have spent this much time in Arizona. I mean, they had that like mid 2000s one, but that was after like 10 years in Arizona. If that, like, I need to see like a proper Arizona Cardinals Arizona themed rebrand. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for fan designs, as long as the color makes sense, I don't care if it's a part of their official color scheme. Part right side going to be Rashard White for about 3. Oh, this is out of stock on Fanatics. This is really the only place I can get this jersey. And does it have to be? Probably not. Look into this later. 2nd and 8, Mayfield and shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side, ball on the 18-yard line. Play clock winding down. To get the snap off as Mayfield looks to throw. Has some time, rolling to his right to buy more. Still looking, passing right side. That's going to be caught along the sideline by a wide open Emeka Ejbuka. That's a first down and then some. Let's see, just the 40. Got that near about the 36. Mayfield and shotgun back to his left, looking to throw in 1st and 10. Pass right side, going to be caught for a gain of about a yard. On a second time with that, Mike. Part of me wants to get into cooking a bit more. I just don't really have the time, at least right now, to do it. Mayfield under center, back behind him. Handoff left side, and that's going to be about a yard for Rashard White. Okay. That's fair. All right, 3rd and 7. Mayfield, shotgun. 4 receivers to the right. Going to look to throw. Philly sends 5. Mayfield throwing right side. A Hail Mary shot is going to be incomplete. Looking for Chris Godwin. Mayfield threw up a prayer. And they got there. That ball was on target for Godwin. Just couldn't hang on. It's Quinion Mitchell in coverage once again. He is making a massive impact on this game. Man, that ball was placed perfectly by Mayfield. God damn. And Tampa will punt this one away once again. All right, punt comes off clean. And comes off clean, but that was also shanked. We'll see where they rule this out of bounds at, but that's not a great punt. All right, now there's a penalty marker down. What's this going to be? Yeah, so they're saying they went out of bounds at the 40s. That would be great starting field position for Philly. Yeah, Kyler Murray was number 1. I was holding on Philly. So it would be 1st and 10 from the 30. Okay. I'm trying to think of how I want tonight's game to go between the Packers and Cowboys. Because, it would be really, really poetic if it was a close game that ends because Micah Parsons gets a game-winning sack. But at the same time, I don't trust the Cowboys' defense to keep that game close. Okay, also we're at commercial break. I'll quickly be right back. All right, we're good. Ugh. Yeah, New England's playing damn well right now. You mean tell me the Giants had a 1st and goal from the 2 and did not get a touchdown off of it? They went backwards Crazy. Crazy. All right, just getting back from commercial break. Yeah, they're showing that blocked punt from earlier in the day. As it's 1st and 10 from about the 32, maybe 33. 33. Hurts in shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Going to look to throw here once again. Hurts' pass over the middle is going to be placed beautifully. As that's Dallas Goedert down to the plus 45. Beautiful seam route. Seam? Yeah, basically a seam. Nice. Hurts in shotgun back to his left, looking to throw. Has some time, pass right side, going to be caught with room to run. First down and then some, up past the 30 to about the 29. And that is Grant Calcaterra on the reception. Oh yeah, the MLB playoffs begin soon, right? Isn't the wild card series like tomorrow? Hurts handoff to Barkley up the middle, and that gets about two. Yeah, 2nd and 8. Hurts in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side, ball on the plus 27. Going to look to throw here once again. Hurts with some time. Rolling right to buy more. Still looking, now going to take it himself and get about 4. Yeah, that's the main one. Seattle's the main one where I'm like, I need to see it on the field before I make a true stance on it. Like I need to see it in action before I can truly say if I like it or not. Most of the others I'm feel good about them, just seeing them in like the promo stuff and whatnot. But Seattle's I'm like, I need to see it on the field. 3rd and 6. Hurts looking to throw once again. Rolling to his left to buy some time. Throw in. That's going to be caught by Devonta Smith, who gets laid out at the 5. What a hit, but an even better catch. And hanging on through the contact by Devonta Smith. Benjamin Morrison lays him out. But it's 1st and goal from the 5. Hurts in shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Manson in motion as they're going to give. Tosses up the middle for Dallas Goedert. And he gets in his 2nd of the day. The Eagles are beginning to run away with this one. An RPO shovel pass puts the Eagles up top by 17, potentially 18 on the extra point. Yeah, the Eagles are gonna make me look stupid, aren't they? The extra point is up and good. For one, I did not play their defense in fantasy. And two, I picked Tampa in this game. Yeah, at the very least, T Fox did not play Justin Jefferson this week. I'll take that. Is it commercial break? This was truly not expecting Philly to be as dominant as they are so far in this one. It's a 6-0 game between Houston and Tennessee. That is something, jeez. That is truly one of the games on right now. All right, still at commercial break. Is up a commercial for next week's game in London? It's the Vikings and Browns. That is one of the games. Oh, Houston is up 6. It's Houston 6, Tennessee nothing. As the kickoff is going to be returned and up past midfield. A fantastic kick return here for Tampa, but there is a penalty down. This might be brought back a little bit, but still a great return. Yep, holding on Tampa. With it being a spot foul, this would put the ball probably inside the 30 somewhere. Yeah. Wait, Al Horford? Yeah, Al Horford has signed a multi-year contract with the Warriors. Damn. The ball in the 20. Mayfield under center, back behind him. Gonna hand this off right side for Sterling Shepard on an end around that gets about 5 or 6. So 2nd and 4 coming up. Mayfield under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Play action, looking to throw. Pass left side is incomplete. Looking for a Emeka Egbuka. This is Cooper DeJean in coverage. And a 3rd and 4 coming up. If Tennessee beats Houston, 1, that is great for Tennessee. 2, there's so many questions in Houston if that happens. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Looking to throw once again. Mayfield, the pass right side is tipped at the line and incomplete. Just not a great game so far for this Tampa offense. They have struggled. That's a 3 and out. Philly. If Philly scores again, if Philly scores a touchdown again, that's going a long way to end this game early. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 22 and gets to about the 24, 25 before slipping. And brings us to a commercial break. All right. Let's see if this Tampa defense can do something here. I think we're getting to a point though where it's just get this to the half in any way possible and go from there. The tough part with that is Philly gets ball to begin the second half. Yeah, Cam Ward does need a win at some point. I think he'll. Hey, Dean Blandino, by the way. I think Ward will get the win sooner rather than later. But it's also just a case of more of the eyes. If Tennessee wins this game today, more of the eyes are going to be on Houston than on Tennessee. As for like the storylines afterwards. Thank you for this riveting discussion, Dean Blandino on the Tush Push. Really appreciate it. Hurts in shotgun, back behind him. Someone lined up in the backfield, 2 Hurts is left. 1st and 10 from the 25. Receiver sent in motion, left to right. As Hurts is going to hand this off to Barkley up the middle. And that gets about 7. All right. Arkansas has fired Sam Pittman. The interim head coach is going to be Bobby Petrino. Hell yeah. Hurts in shotgun back behind him. Play action looking to throw. Pass right side going to be caught with room to get the first down. And that is John Michie on the reception. So 1st and 10 coming up. All right, Hurts in shotgun, back to his left. 1st and 10 from the 35. Shifting the back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Hurts. Handoff up the middle for Barkley, and that's going to get about 6 or 7. So Hurts in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Looking to throw on 2nd and 4. Pressure coming, going to step up and take it himself up the middle. Past midfield and sliding down at the 49. Yeah, Bobby Petrino was back. So 1st and 10 from the 49. Hurts in shotgun, back behind him. Someone in the backfield lined up to his left. As Hurts is going to give this, play action and throwing right side. That's caught by Michie for about 6 or 7. I mean, they're moving the ball so much better than I thought they're going to be able to today. And that also brings us to the 2-minute warning. Yeah, and also he's the interim head coach. So we'll see if he even remains there after the season. Yep, still a commercial break. It's like a commercial break. I mean, Philly, man. Philly's gonna. This game is going a lot more in purely Philly's win than I thought it was going to. Yeah, that's the case with most jersey designs. Yeah, again, that's fair. Again, Arizona Cardinals, current Brandon and everything related to them. There's not really a way to fit purple in it, which is why which is why they need like a rebrand that features it a little bit. But I doubt we'll ever see that. Hurts quick throw left side to AJ Brown will lose about 2. That's AJ Brown's first reception of the game, and it goes backwards. Yeah, fair. We'll see. I think it's just a case where the world of college football is very weird with how ever changing it is, both transfer portal and players, and with the coaches and everything. So we'll see. I mean, it obviously won't be the first time a coach returns to a place, say, that he's known for. I mean, Rich Rod, Scott Frost. As there is an Eagle player down after that play, so we'll go to another commercial break. That is Tyler Steed, who was down after that play. Wishing the best there. That does save Tampa a timeout, so it could give him a shot here. Man, the Giants cannot stop getting fucking unlucky. Oh, he's in a lot. Yeah, Malik Neighbors had to be carted off the field after a knee injury. And he looks to be in a lot of pain, jeez. Ugh. That's tough. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Okay, Steed is on the sideline. He's walking in his own power. Great things to see. Ooh, yeah, he planted weird. Okay. And Malik Neighbors going down. All right, Hurts and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. 3rd and 5. Ball on the plus 44, making some adjustments at the line. Back now to Hurts' right and 2 receivers to each side. Going to look to throw, pressure coming. Pass over the middle is caught for the first down. That's A.J. Brown on the reception. He gets about 10. Hurts and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw once again. Quick pass left side, that's going to be caught. Breaks off 1 tackle, breaks off a second. And there's room for Saquon Barkley inside the 20 to the 9. down to the 20. A gain of roughly like 15 for Saquon. Billy also had to burn a timeout due to the injury. A minute 17 remains in the first half. Hurts in shotgun looking to throw once again. Pass left side for Saquon's going to be caught well behind the line of scrimmage. And that's a loss of 6. That's a bad check down to take there. I believe Tampa just called a timeout, but couldn't quite couldn't quite see who did, so we'll see. It would make sense though. Yeah, Tampa called their first timeout at 2nd and 15. Hurts in shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Hurts looking to throw once again. Has some time, rolling to his left to buy more. Going to be chased from behind and brought down for a gain of roughly 3. That's Hassan Reddick on the tackle. And the clock is now going to be stopped. A timeout called by I assume Tampa again. Yeah, they added 6 seconds back to the clock as well. There's a minute 3 to play in this first half. Tampa calls their second timeout. Third and 13. Hurts in shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. A handoff to Barkley up the middle is going to only get about a yard, maybe 2. So Tampa's offense will have about just under a minute to play to try and create something to end this half. So Jake Elliott taking the field. Going to be a 39-yard kick from the left hash to make this a 21-point game. The kick is up, and it is right down the middle. There's a minute to play in this first half. We'll see if Tampa can do anything. But yeah, this Philly team, the last 20 games have been on a roll. Yeah, they were not cooking well this in practice. Kickoff underway. Going to be returnable beginning from about the 5 and gets up to about the 23. See if Tampa can do anything here. If they need points. Mayfield in shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the right. Gonna send a tight end in motion as Mayfield looks to throw. A dump off right side for Bucky Irvin is going to get about 2 before getting out of bounds. So Mayfield alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Quick throw right side is going to be just shy of the first down marker. A 3rd down coming up and have to go quick. 3rd and 1, Mayfield in shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. You eventually need to take some kind of a shot deep here. Mayfield, pressure coming, a dump off left side, going to be blown up. A loss of about 6, but there's a penalty marker down that's going to be roughing the passer. As Bucky Irvin is also slow to get up after the play. Ugh. All right, Dave, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, roughing the passer on Philly. It keeps the drive alive here, but man, that's something. Yeah, gets the helmet. All right, Bucky Irvin is up. He's on the sideline. Helmet still on. Seems good to go if need be. But I would imagine they just keep him on the sideline until after the half. At this point, yeah, go 5 wide rest of the way. 22 seconds remain. Mayfield in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Looking to throw once again. Quick pressure coming quick. Pass left side caught by Sterling Shepard. Does not get out of bounds. Have to go hurry up. You need about 5, maybe 10 more yards. As they're going to spike this. 7 seconds remain. Ball on the 47. 8 seconds remain. They gave him another second. So 3rd and 4. You got to go quick here. And it has to be towards the sideline. Philly will call their second timeout. Oh yeah, Ball Flash. Your fantasy team is man, it is getting annihilated with injuries. It's insane. All right, 3rd and 4. Mayfield and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. You have 8 seconds. You either need something towards the end zone or something near the sideline. Looking to throw. Passing right side. That's going to be incomplete for Chris Godwin. No penalty markers down. 3 seconds remain. 3rd and 4. Oh my. All right, they're sending out the field goal unit. Hold on, this is going to be, hold on. What? This is a 65-yard kick. Philly calls, I assume, the final timeout. New Orleans just tried their own version of the Philly special, to which my friend texted me saying that they tried, saying that the Saints just called the New Orleans special, which is a coconut flavored Fat Tuesday mixed with crawfish and vomit. I'm sending you this tweet, Ball Flash. There's no other. Right, the long field goal try. It is up. And it is good. From 65 yards out. Chase McLaughlin makes this that much closer. That's a hell of a kick. That was probably good from like 67. That is a great kick to end the half. Give him some momentum. Philly does get ball to begin the second half. But that is a A+ kick. We're at halftime. We are at halftime. This game has been all Philly. At the same time, it can get interesting. It's an 18-point game. Tampa's not quite out of it just yet. The 65-yard kick to end the half is amazing. Yeah, I put it in sports. Bob Flash, so it'll be in there. Yeah, we're at the half. Man, I mean, from the jump, this game was all Philly. That blocked punt put this game in motion. Devontae Adams is active for this game against the Colts later, and that's nice. We'll see. We'll see. This second half is going to need to be a complete turnaround, though, for Tampa. I don't remember if it started this year or last year, but there was something that was changed with the preparation of the kicking balls. Because the NFL made it to where teams can bring their own kicking balls pre-prepared to games. I don't remember if that was this year or last year where that change was made. Because before you would get brand new kicking balls day of the game and have to prep them, or like day before, and you would have to prep them outside of your facility. But now, since that you're able to bring your pre-prepped kicking balls, that might be why we're seeing a lot farther of kicks being made. Yeah, this year. Yeah, so that might be why we're seeing these, like, all of these kickers all of a sudden being hit from further and further out of nowhere. Because they're using their proper kicking balls that they like using instead of having to, like, get accustomed to different ones day of the game. Yeah, I remember McAfee talking about it. Oh, yeah, the Eagles are dominating in this, and really from the jump they were. Like that blocked punt for 6 really set the tone for this game, and they have not looked back. We'll see how the second half goes, because I mean, like, Tampa did get some momentum at the end of half there, hitting a 65-yard kick. So we'll see. Yeah. A kicking ball is much different from a ball that, like, a quarterback uses. Because there was one winter where I threw the balls back for a kicking trainer. So, like, he had a bunch of kickers out there, and I'll throw the balls back. Yeah, it's does not have the same grip or feel to it. Yeah, it's not like it's just the fact that it's more worn in. The grip of it has been completely, like, worn down. So, like, it flies better. And also, like, some of them can be slightly bigger as well. I mean, it's still Buffalo against New Orleans. I wouldn't be shocked if Buffalo's putting in like 75% effort into that game. Yeah, that being 14-10 is a bit surprising. But I mean, the line for that game was 16.5, and I knew that was not gonna. I knew that was gonna be I knew that was an insanely high line. But the thing, this is also the Bills. They're probably just gonna turn it on in the second half like they normally do. We'll see. The real like holy shit, what's happening is if Buffalo ends up trailing in that game at any point, then the panic button becomes available. But that's probably not going to happen. Yeah, they almost did, but man, that was still a rough game for the Vikings. I did not see what I wanted to out of them. And even on that final drive, like they just looked rough. Part of it is their O line got banged up in that game, and they were without a few pieces even halfway through. But it's like that's the nature of things. I'm gonna be very curious how different the Vikings look when JJ McCarthy comes back. I'm not on top of streaming this one. I'll be live with Ravens Chiefs at 4:25, and then Sunday Night Football between the Packers and Cowboys. So there's two more games after this one I'll be live with. Got a full slate in hand. And the great news is I do not have one of my classes tomorrow. So I can actually spend more time working on power rankings earlier on in the day. And I should be able to get that completely done before the Dolphins game kicks off tomorrow, which would be perfect. That would be the first time this season I would be able to get power rankings completely done before Monday Night Football begins. Like that would be ideal. Yeah, part of me wanted to go live with the Dublin game today, but as you could probably hear from my voice, I got a sore throat. I'm not feeling the greatest. So I wanted to make sure I saved my energy for what I thought was going to be the better 3 games of the day, instead of trying to force myself to do 4. Philly gets ball after half. Yeah. I might do the London game next week between Minnesota and Cleveland. So Miami plays at 1 o'clock next week, right? Yeah. We'll see. Probably not then, since Miami plays at 1. Detroit and Cincy is one of the 4 o'clock games next week. Okay. Wait, is that Buffalo New England game next week? That's the Buffalo's rivalries games, right? Because Miami's is tomorrow. Yeah, next week is Buffalo's. Okay. Gonna make sure I have that rivalry logo for the graphics and shit. What things win this game? I mean, Philly's still clearly on top, the proper choice at this point. But I can see Tampa coming back. It's gonna take a lot though. Their offense has not looked good in this one. But there's also been plenty of other games this season where we've seen an offense completely flip the script in the second half. So time will tell. I think if Tampa is going to make a comeback, they need to force a 3-and-out to begin this half. All right. Second half going to be underway here shortly. Philly is set to receive the kickoff. It's definitely looking more like prime Philly than we have seen in the first 3 weeks. Their offense is looking a lot more complete. The passing game is looking a lot better. The defense is still that Philly defense. If they can get this type of play consistently, then yeah, I would say Philly. Then Philly's definitely in their prime. Though defensively, the MVP of this game has been Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell has made play after play defensively today. And I want to say single-handedly, but there's a big reason as to why Tampa's offense is struggling. Kickoff underway. Going to be return beginning from the 5. Finding room up the middle, getting past the 30 to about the 32, 33. 31-10 would be a funny final score in this game. Because that would mean Tampa gets 2 safeties somewhere along the line, which that would be just peak football. I could see like 31-13 being the final, or like 31-12 though. Hurts under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on their own 32. Handoff up the middle, and that's stuffed behind the line. Saquon Barkley brought down near the 28 as that was blown up instantly. Yeah. I mean, 31-10 still is not out of the realm of possibilities. The 2 safeties could happen. I mean, I could see Tampa going for it on like fourth and goal from the 1 and 2, and that's how that would lead to it. Hurts and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right, gonna send one of them in motion. As Hurts will look to throw. Has some time trying to roll to his right. Breaks off 1 sack, but can't escape the second. It's Vita Vea, bringing him down near the 19. And that's back-to-back great plays from this Tampa defense. Already, you can tell they're feeding off the energy that 65-yard field goal before the half gave them. Well, Saquon was never going to have the same season he did last year. But I still was not expecting this big of a drop-off from what we saw last year. To be fair, they also haven't been playing the easiest defenses yet, so maybe like the second half of the season will be different for him. Give to Saquon up the middle. Oh, no, that's A.J. Dillon on the carry. And going to get only about 2 before being brought down. So there's the 3-and-out that Tampa's defense needed to force to begin this half. To me, that is the absolute perfect situation for this Tampa defense. Now the offense needs to do their part. Yep. Philly plays the Giants soon. I think that would be the week we see Saquon hit his stride and then carry it the rest of the way. Okay, that's a great punt. Return beginning from the 14. But even another solid return gets past the 40, past midfield, and still going. Eventually brought down near the plus 40-yard line. A fantastic punt gets matched with a fantastic return. And 2 of the 3 phases of this game have now had a good showing in the second half for Tampa. They had the defense with that 3 and out and forcing Philly backwards 20 plus yards. They had the punt return of about, what was that, 50 yards? Now they need the offense who just find the end zone. We're going to a commercial break with 12:32 to play in third quarter. Yeah, it's been a tough one for Tampa, but hey, so far in this second half, they've seemed to turn it around. No, Philly played Dallas first game of the season. It would be interesting to see because yeah, Philly last week the first half was not great, the second half was a lot better. If it's the same thing about flipped today, that would be kind of funny. Oh yeah. Kate Otten needs to be used a bit more. Chris Godwin, he's been targeted like 3 times, and he's dropped most of those, but I feel like he's getting involved a bit more as well. I don't know, just as a whole, this Tampa offense needs to be better utilized. They have not been having a good game. Yeah, I think Philly still has a good shot in this. It's one drive of the second half. You never know with that. Yeah, it's Godwin. I feel like you have to rely on a bit more. With Mike Evans not playing, you need to rely on Godwin a bit more. Still find ways to utilize Emeka Egbuka because he's been great this season, but Godwin should be the number 1 target. Better, yeah, have Auden as a better check down option, just as someone at the line of scrimmage at least. Because most of the checkdowns to Irvin and White have been like 3 yards behind. I want to say they can't choke. It's just very unlikely. I mean, hell, they nearly choked away last week's game after taking the lead. You guys, that blocked field goal was a little bit lucky on their part. All right, back from commercial break. As Joe Alt is out for the rest of today's game at the very least. That's a tough loss for the Chargers, man. First play of the drive is a handoff left side against about 2. I mean, Philly can still be a good team and choke this game away. I mean, this will be their second loss in like 25 games. Like, that's still an impressive feat. Mayfield and shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side, 2nd and 8 from the 38. Looking to throw, quick pass right side, that's going to be caught for about 5-ish. That's Emeka Egbuka on the reception, so a 3rd and short coming up. Malik Neighbors out for the rest of the game. Joe Alt, believed to have suffered a high ankle sprain. He's out the rest of the game. Tough. Yeah, so 3rd and 3. Mayfield and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Trying play clock winding down. Mayfield still making adjustments. Looking to throw. Quick pass left side. That's incomplete. did not place that ball well. Looking for Emeka Egbuka. He placed that down the field a bit too much. That ball probably should have been outside shoulder. He placed it inside, and Cooper DeJean easily could have lit up Egbuka there. Yeah, that should have been outside shoulder. He placed it inside. 4th and 3, offense, staying on the field. Mayfield in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, making some adjustments. A back to his left. And they're going to look to throw. Mayfield with some time, rolling left. Gonna fluff this one, and that's incomplete. Looking for Sterling Shepard. I do not like that decision. I mean, I get it, but I don't like the decision to go for it there. At least not like that. A turnover on downs, and Philly gets the ball back. I don't like that decision. It's too early in the half. It's too early in the half, and a field goal makes it a 2-score game. I don't get that. Oh, Egbuka? All right. Thank you for that. Imaka. Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah, I always try to pronounce the best I can. If you ever catch me pronouncing something wrong, just correct me. Because that does happen quite a bit, especially for teams that don't follow all that closely. Essentially, like non-AFC and especially non-Dolphins teams, you'll catch those mispronunciations a bit more. At least if they are not also former Dolphins. Like I know that there's been a huge talk about Bijan or Bajan Robinson. I'm still not sure what that is, which one's the correct one there. But I don't follow Falcons games enough to focus on it right now. Yeah, but momentum's right back to Philly. They needed their offense to do something there. Like that's what, like, even if you get the field goal, you at least maintain the momentum because you got points. You maintain the momentum and you're fine. But instead, you gave it back to Philly. Like, that's why I don't get that decision. Make it if you make it a 2-score game, you're in a good spot still. That's insane. It's what was the second one I said for? I already forgot what the second one I said was. Oh yeah, no, fantasies. Fantasy is very weird for me this year as well. Hurts in shotgun back to his left. Going to keep it himself left side for a read option. Has space and sliding down at about the 40. He's on. Bajan. Okay, Bajan. Yeah, I'm sure I'll mispronounce that when I call a Falcons game again. I'm too used to Bijan. .10:35 to play in the third quarter. There is a Buccaneers slow to get off the field. And head to another commercial break due to injury timeout. Hopefully all good there. Injuries suck. Then it was Jamal Dean getting injured there, which is a massive blow to his Tampa defense. Torn ACL from Malik Neighbors. Damn. Yeah. That sucks. I'm getting to the point in fantasy where I might just say screw it and start RJ Harvey over Saquon Barkley. And I know I might do that next week, but again, when Philly plays the Giants, I need to put Saquon in the lineup there. Philly plays Denver next week. I'm screwed either way with no matter which one of those two I start. Still at commercial break. Yeah. I mean that was the 2019 Dolphins. Ryan Fitzpatrick was our lead-in rusher that season with like 300 yards. It was not a good year. It's a weird spot. And Lad McConkey's also not doing shit. What the hell? I might. We'll see. I'm kind of eyeing Lions. Lions Bengals for the other game next week. Oh no, Eagles Broncos is a 1:00 game. I won't be able to because Miami plays at 1:00 next week. That will be the main focus game. I'll probably have that on in the background. But yeah, no. The Dolphins games come first. Hurts in shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw. Has some time, passing deep, left side going to be incomplete, overthrowing A.J. Brown. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Commanders today. That's a weird one. Hey, Buffalo's in the red zone. They're fine. Yeah, see, Buffalo just scored. Who scored that? It was Josh Allen. God. Can James Cook at least go off today, please? If Lad McConkey's not going to do shit. Hurts to throw on 3rd and 3. Quick pass left side is off the mark and incomplete. Looking for Will Shipley. And it's another 3-and-out forced by this Tampa defense. Again, if you got that field goal on the previous drive, you're feeling a lot better about all this. Because it'll be a 15-point game. You getting the ball back with 10 minutes to play in the third. That game is still 6-0. Damn. Punt comes off clean for Brendan Mann. Going to bounce out of bounds near the 21, maybe 22. That game is ugly. I'm not sure what I expected out of Houston, Tennessee, though. That game was always going to be ugly. New England's up 35-6 over Carolina. I'm sorry, what? Who did I pick to win that game? Oh, I picked Carolina. That's great. 35, that's crazy. Mayfield in shotgun back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Man sent in motion left to right. Going to play action, look to throw. Mayfield rolling right. Has time, throwing one deep. Has a man that's caught. The 20, the 10, the 5. And a one play 78-yard touchdown. Emeka Egbuka on the touchdown grab. And just like that, Tampa is firmly back in this one. All it took was one play. That's a great throw from Baker. Puts it on the money. Oh my God, that's a beautiful throw. Holy shit. Just past just past the outstretched reach of Cooper DeJean, and completely miss and barely pass Andrew. That's an insane throw. Extra point's good. That's an insane throw. Somehow he places it absolutely perfectly. And it's an 11-point game. Oh, you have Panthers defense in fantasy? That's rough. But that is the play that this Tampa offense has been waiting for. My God, what a throw. That is an insane throw from Baker. Commercial break. I'll quickly be right back. Right back. So a commercial break. I mean, if the Eagles somehow lose this game, there is very valid reasons for crashing out. And that would also be the play that sparks it. 77-yard touchdown. Man, what a play. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from about the 2. And going to get past the 25, past the 30, past the 35, and down to about the 40. Great return there. Oh, but there's some pushing and shoving going afterwards. They just showed a different angle of that Baker pass. That is an insane throw. Like, words cannot do that justice. Hurts and shotgun back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Play action looking to throw. Pressure coming. Hurts rolling right. Going to be incomplete. Looking for Calcaterra along that right side, but Hassan Reddick in good coverage. Second down coming up. Kyle Pitts has a touchdown reception. Crazy. Atlanta's up by 11. I mean, there was last year. I think last year was the biggest with that Tennessee game on Monday night. So far this year, it's not like massive crash outs. It's just like immense disappointment. Hurts going to keep this himself left side and going to get about a yard, but a penalty marker down. They're gonna call that an unnecessary roughness on Tampa, and I'm just not too sure. I think the main argument is Hurt is hitting him late. Man. He never touches the head. He makes contact before Hurts fully does the slide. I do not agree with that being unnecessary roughness. I could understand it, but I don't know. That's a bad one. Okay, they picked up the flag. They picked up the flag. That's good. So 3rd and 8. Hurts in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. 3rd and 8. Ball on the 42. Hurts looking to throw once again. Has time. Pressure now coming and brought down at the 33. It's Vita Vea, his 2nd of the game. And that's 3 straight 3-and-outs for this Philly offense. Talk about flipping the script at the half. This Tampa defense has been all over the place. Wow. All right, the punt comes off clean. And this is a great punt. Return beginning from the 4 and out of bounds at about the 17, maybe the 18. I think the question is, did he step out of bounds at the 4-yard line? It's close. As it sits, they're saying he did not, but that might be reviewed. If Tampa is starting this drive at the 4, also, there is 8:11 left in this quarter. If only Tampa kicked the field goal on the opening drive of this half. Mayfield under center, ball on the 17, 2 receiving options to each side. Tight end sent in motion as they hand this off to Bucky Irvin up the middle. Gets past the 20 to about the 21. Solid. Here come new Mahomes. I mean, if it was like a second later that a Tampa defender tried to initiate contact, I would understand it. But he dived forward at the same time that Hurts was sliding. So it's kind of like a ticky-tacky thing. If Tampa can find a way. Mayfield and shotgun back behind him. Gonna hand this off to Bucky Irvin up the middle, and he's going to find some space there for about 2. Ball comes loose. And this will be Philly ball if it's a fumble. Current ruling is a fumble and Philly ball. This is going to be reviewed. But we will see. I think he's down. But the other thing I want to mention, that was a hip drop tackle. Can we please, you made so much emphasis. You made so much emphasis 2 years ago about the hip drop tackle. To the point where you even made a rule against it. And you're not calling it a single goddamn time. Yeah, he's down. It's insane that they made so much of an emphasis on, hey, we're going to start calling the hip drop tackle, only to never fucking call the hip drop tackle. Yeah, Bucky Irvin got saved there. He was down. It's definitely the ground that forces the ball loose. Yeah, I think that angle shows it. I think his shin's down there. Yeah, his shin's down and the ball comes loose. No, what? What do you mean it stands? We're not watching the same game, ref. I'm sorry. We're just not watching the same game, apparently. What? That's Tampa's first turnover on the season. Yeah, what? And again, I am a Dolphins fan. I'm just wearing the Buccaneers jersey because I picked them to win this game. I do not care who wins, though. But his shin is down. What? Hurts in shotgun, gonna hand this off up the middle for Saquon. And that's gonna get about a yard. That's an insane. That's an insane call. I thought the Seahawks fumble was bad Thursday night because he was clearly down and was giving himself up, and they still called that a fumble. That's bad. 2nd and 8, Hurts in shotgun back to his right, ball on the 23. 2 receiving options to each side. Handoff once again for Saquon. That's going to get up to about the 20. So a 3rd and 5 coming up. Yeah, that is a bad call. Okay. Hurts in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Rolling to his left to buy some more time. Gonna try and take it himself, and he's going to. They're gonna say he got the first on that stretch. That ball is coming loose before he stretches it. I think he's short. That ball is coming loose before he moves it forward. Same first down. Hurts in shotgun back to his left. Handoff to Saquon up the middle, gets about 3. Yeah, it's a momentum killer. That's a complete momentum killer for Tampa, and it happening on a bad call is insane. That probably just lost him the game. Hurts in shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 2nd and 7 from the 12. Going to keep it himself up the middle, and the Zion QB keeper. He's going to slide down and should be 3rd and 1. He started that slide well, yeah. 3rd and 1. It's a combination of his Bucky Irvin's shin was down, and it was a hip drop tackle. So if the NFL was going to do what they're supposed to, which is call penalties on hip drop tackles, that is still Buccaneers ball, but they just have refused to do so. It's one of those things where, yeah, if they're never gonna call a penalty on it, then it's fine. But like, then why make all the emphasis about it if you're just not gonna call it? Yeah, probably gonna see a tush push here. Which that's another thing where they're probably gonna make an emphasis about, oh, we're gonna call the tush push a little bit tougher, and then just not do so. Okay, they did that last week. I mean, called against the Saints, but it's the Saints. Who cares? The NFL is just weird with their officiating sometimes. So on third down is Saquon Barkley down the left side, and he goes in untouched. A touchdown for Philly, and that it's still early. It's still time in the third. Yeah, they faked the tush push. Faked the tush push and it did an outside zone handoff for Saquon. That's a beautiful. That's beautiful. Can't fault them too much on that. They knew that Tampa was going to completely focus in over the middle. Saquon Barkley gets a touchdown. 3:50 to play in the quarter. It is back to a 18-point game. For there still being 3:50 remaining in this third quarter, I think it is fair to say that could be the dagger. Because, man, that fumble by Bucky Irvin, which should not have been called a fumble, completely killed any momentum Tampa had. Yeah, I mean, that Philly money, that Philly money, man, it's good. Yeah, it's that's a tough swing of momentum. Like, that's just tough all around. I mean, again, to be fair, Tampa has not been playing well today anyway. Like, the entire first half was bad. I'm not saying that one play completely cost the game. It probably cost them a shot to come back. But it's tough. At least for this season, the Chiefs won't be. Kickoff going to be returned beginning from about the 7. Gets to the 28, penalty marker down. Why did you? Like, yeah, Saquon finally did something. Lad McConkey is doing jack all today. I'm going to need Cincy just to go absolutely off today, offensively. Mayfield and shotgun back behind him. Play action looking to throw. Pass time. Pass right side. Trying to go into the slot in the seam there for Chris Godwin. It was off the mark. He had someone wide open on the right sideline. Oh, yeah, the Giants, man, they're going to be something now with Jackson Dart. Did the refs miss a... Yeah, there's definitely holding going on there. Quinyon Mitchell is holding insanely against Godwin and no penalty marker down. What are these refs today? Are these SEC refs? Like, what are we doing? They realize the Eagles are in Auburn, right? We're not talking about the War Eagles here. Quick pass left side to Rashard White on second down is going to get about 10. That'll be enough for a first down. Oh yeah, Kraft still might. Yeah. And I need Cincy to have a great game tomorrow night. Because I need Evan McPherson just to go off. Oh, I also need Cortland. Am I starting Cortland Sutton? Mayfield handoff left side for Rashard White, and that's going to be about 4. Yeah, I do have Cortland Sutton. Do I keep Cortland Sutton in, or do I put in T. Higgins? I don't know. Well, no, it's because he's a Bengals fan, so tomorrow night is when they play. As well as tomorrow night when the Dolphins play. I have probably Bo Nix. I don't know, man. Y'all's defense scares me. Mayfield looking to throw in 2nd and 6. Trying to find some time. Dancing in the pocket. Throwing left side. Has the man that's caught. And has room. The 10-5 Bucky Irvin getting his redemption. That's a big time touchdown for Tampa. An extra point away from an 11-point game. Tampa's 2 touchdowns have been massive yards-wise. This one from 73 yards out. And Bucky Irvin takes it the distance. Going against Shahad Campbell. And that's why that fumble mattered. 2:10 remains in the third quarter. The extra point is up and good. It's an 11-point game. This Tampa defense has played well when the Eagles are not starting well in the plus territory this half. Somehow, after everything, Tampa still finds themselves in this game. If only they had a better first half. If only they had a better first half. Yeah, I really need. For as much as I'm saying y'all's defense scares me, like I need Jake Browning to have an insane game. Because T-Fox has Denver defense, and I need them to put up like -5. In which case, yeah, I might put in T. Higgins over Cortland Sutton, because Sutton also has not been doing much. All right, 2:10 remains in the third quarter. Kickoff underway. This is going to be returned beginning from the 4. Has some space past the 30 to about the 34, maybe 35. Let's see what this Tampa defense can do. So 1st and 10. Ertz and shotgun back behind them. 3 receiving options to the left. Can send one of them in motion. Handoff up the middle, and that's stuffed. A loss of 2 for Saquon. Oh, and he's slow to get up. He's slow to get up, but he's staying in the huddle. All right, 2nd and 11. Paul Flash is also an LSU fan. So from his days, from Bo's days in Auburn, they have that rivalry there. Handoff up the middle once again for Saquon, going to be about gain of 3. Penalty marker is down. Tomorrow's game is going to be weird. Both of tomorrow's games are going to be weird, man. Jets, Dolphins, and then the penalty's illegal, hands to the face on Tampa. Could be automatic first down because of course it is. Yeah, but during Bo's time at Auburn, he threw a lot of picks. So SEC fans call him Bo Picks because he throws picks. Hurts in shotgun back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball now on the 42. They give once again up the middle, and this is going to go for about 2 or 3 for A.J. Dillon. All right, 2nd and 7. One more play is needed before the end of the quarter. Hurts under center, back and fullback behind him. Going to shift the fullback into a tight end role. So 2 receiving options to each side. Adjustments still being made at the line. Play clock winding down. Hurts play action looking to throw. Has time. Throwing deep. Right side. That's going to be incomplete for A.J. Brown. Overthrown. Too far out of bounds. 3 seconds remain in the quarter. And clock is stopped. So we're going to have one more play. It's a 3rd and 7 coming up. Yeah, it's just differences. I don't know. Yeah, different generations. Hurts and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Play clock winding down. They get the snap off. It's a bad snap. Hurts is going to be sacked back near the 26. Penalty marker is down. This might be an illegal shift on Philly, which will be declined. And this is a massive play for Tampa. Final play of the quarter. And he has a legal shift on Philly. That will be declined. So a 4th down coming up. Gonna be like a 4th and 20 something, maybe 30 something. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. 15 minutes remain. Tampa still finding themselves in this one. Yeah. Well, yeah, because again, the Auburn LSU was more of a rivalry, like early 2010s and 2000s, right? So it's which was like yeah, that's like the biggest years. So yeah, and so like LSU fans that like more so like started following them heavier in like the past 10 or so years don't have that same feeling towards that rivalry. No, DJ Reed gonna be carted off the field. for Detroit. That sucks. Still can't forgive Cam Newton. I just don't think Buffalo was taking him seriously. I think that's part of it. Because what? Buffalo plays New England next week. And the plus, again, Buffalo has had 10 days rest. So there is that as well. To be fair, Zach Mettenberger was an amateur. While Cam Newton did win MVP in the NFL, so there is some truth to all of that. Just coming back from commercial break. Final prediction, no idea. This game has been chaos. As Philly is set to send this one down. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 25. And going to be slipping and sliding down near the 32. All right, can Tampa have a proper offensive drive? They've had 2 70-plus yard touchdowns. But outside of that, the offense has not been able to do a whole lot. Okay, that's fair then. Yeah. That's fair for the Zach Mettenberg hype. It's so crazy. Mayfield and shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the left, looking to throw. Pass left side going to be caught by Chris Godwin for about 9. All right. Oh, they're calling roughing the passer on top of it? Yeah, Josh Uche hits him high. He hits him in the neck. So that's a roughing the passer on top of the 9-yard gain. So Tampa's past midfield already. What team did he go to? I know it wasn't Cleveland. I would remember that. Mayfield under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Going to end around this one right side. And there's some space. Going to be about 4 or 5 there. And that is Tez Johnson on the carry. Oh yeah, he went to Tennessee. Yeah, no, yeah. That's fair. He also was 0-6 as a starter, so there's that. Who was the Tennessee's main guy this year? Was this? No, this wasn't Fitzpatrick's years. Who is he backing up, basically? Mayfield and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Looking to throw in 2nd and 6. Pass over the middle is incomplete. A dangerous throw. A late flag comes down, though. Bucky Irvin, the intended target. This is going to be a DPI. Oh, I do have ball on Philly still, thank you. I will love it if Buffalo ends up losing. That would be hilarious. Probably the only thing I can truly grasp onto this season, though. A Buffalo loss would be great. God, this Tennessee QB room. In 2014, their QB room was Jake Locker, Zach Mettenberger, Jordan Palmer, and Charlie Whitehurst? Dog, what? Mayfield under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Handoff left side, and there's room for Bucky Irvin. A first down and a gain of 12. Penalty marker is down. This one might be on Tampa. And then 2015 is when they got Mariota. Makes sense. Goes in this QB room. Somehow the 2015 QB room is funnier. Because it's Mariota, Mettenberger, then Alex Tanney from Monmouth. Crazy. First and 20 coming up for Tampa. I love looking at old rosters like that. Mayfield and shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving rooms to the right. Need at least field goal on this drive. Mayfield to throw. Pass in deep. Left side going and incomplete. Missed by about 2 or 3 yards. Quinyon Mitchell in coverage. Looking for Imaka Egbuka. Oh, Detroit had a punt return touchdown. 65 yards for Khalif Raymond. Okay. And I wouldn't say those are the only ones. I think Derrick Henry was on those Tennessee teams. They missed another holding on Quinyon Mitchell. Or did they call it? No, they missed another one. Damn. Mayfield and shotgun. Back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Looking to throw. Pass right side. That's going to be caught and up to about the 40. Sterling Shepard on the reception. 3rd down coming up. Wait, is that Bishop Sankey, or am I thinking of someone else? Oh yeah, that was Bishop Sankey. God, that's a Tennessee team, all right. Yeah, 2014 was bad. Mayfield and shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, back to his right. 3rd and 12. Already in field goal range. Mayfield to throw. Pass over the middle is going to be incomplete. Looking for Sterling Shepard. Reed Blankenship in good coverage. 4th and 12. You have to just send out the field goal unit here. It'll be a long kick, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I mean, that's an insane roster. Out comes Chase McLaughlin, a 58-yard kick from the right hash to make it a 1-score game. Kick is up, and it is good. Absolutely drilled in. It's an 8-point game with 12:16 to play. I mean, I'm not sure how many people survived that dumpster fire, but at the same time, he was a 6th-round pick, Boflash, so yeah. Wait. Please tell me this is the case. It would be so funny. No. Oh, is this a different Ken Weisenhunt? No, it's the same one. Okay, yeah. Give me his coach in Pro Football Reference. There we go. That's why I thought it was going to be funny. Is this him as a head coach? The only reason Zach Mettenberger was drafted by Tennessee in 2014 was because the head coach, Ken Weisenhunt, was his father-in-law. Oh, that is peak. That is peak Tennessee. Oh my God. That is that That is peak Tennessee. That is insane. That is actually insane. That is so Tennessee. Oh my, that is so Tennessee. That's insane. Still a commercial break. Yeah, he got let go halfway through 2015 in order for them to bring in, who was it? Jeff Fisher, right? He was the 2015 coach. 2016, I mean. No, it was Mike Mularkey. And then Vrabel, yeah. When was Jeff? Whatever. Just coming back from commercial break, Tampa's gonna send this one down. It's gonna be a lot tougher now, or tighter now, because the Phillies offense has not been playing well this half. So we'll see. I think Philly just needs, I think, a field goal, and they can finish this game off confidently. Kickoff going to be returned beginning from the 1 after it took a bounce, and gets up past the 20 to about the 23. So still a solid return, all things considered. Yeah, Tampa has had 3 straight last-minute wins this season. They very well might need another one here, but we'll see. Because this game's going to come down to the wire. 8-point game, 12-11 to play. The other thing is they're going to need a touchdown drive that is not 70-plus yard touchdown involved. Like, if they're going to win this game, they're going to need to actually be able to move the ball and finish in the end zone. Hurts play action looking to throw. Pass left side, going to be off the mark and incomplete. Looking for A.J. Brown, put it too far outside. I mean, I get why Tennessee wouldn't look at Cincy like rivals. I mean, yeah, there was like the Oilers days where there was a bit of a rivalry between the two, but the Eagles' big thing is they need to just move the ball. They have not been able to move the ball effectively this half. Hurts in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side, looking to throw once again. Pass time, pass right side is into double coverage and incomplete. Trying to force it to A.J. Brown. At some point, I'm thinking, like, you just do like a bootleg. You run a bootleg for Hurts and cut the field in half and give him an easy window. Yeah, you have to make things a little bit simpler at this point. You just need to move the ball. You don't need to do anything else. The going 3 and out again is the last thing you want to have happen. Hurts in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. 3rd and 10. Hurts will look to throw once again. Pass left side is incomplete once again, as he was once again looking for A.J. Brown. What are we doing here? 3 straight incompletions towards A.J. Brown. All 3 of them were stop routes. Philly! How do you run 3 straight stop routes to A.J. Brown? What? It's a 3 and out. They're punting this one away. 12 minutes remain. Punt comes off clean. Gonna be returned beginning from the 25. Makes one man miss and has some room. Going down the left side. Has some blocking. There's room past midfield and down to the 46. Oh, if he would have been able to break one more tackle, he was gone. Oh, if he could have broken that one more tackle, he was gone. Brings us to a commercial break. Yeah, that's again. If you had to pick a non-divisional rivalry for Cincy, Houston does make sense because, right? Yeah, Houston spent time in the AFC Central, when they were the Oilers and all that. So it would make sense, but yeah, I get nowadays people not seen as a big rivalry because hasn't been a lot of matchups where it can be considered like a good rivalry matchup. Yeah, I don't get I don't get what those play calls were. Well, I mean, more recently you have the playoff game from a few years ago, and I think you have like one other, but besides that, there's not much we point towards. Matt Canada is still really bad. At least Philly's OC, they've had success this season. Matt Canada was just straight up bad. Buffalo up by 9. Houston wins 26-0. Atlanta's up by 10 with 2 minutes to play. Detroit's up by 17. Giants up by 3. Ball in the red zone. New England's up 42-6 with Carolina having first and goal. That's your around the league update. This has been a minute. We'll sell a commercial break. All right. First and 10. Mayfield under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. A give to Bucky Irvin right side and has some space for about 5, maybe 4. Yeah, turns out Jackson Dart was ready. Because the Giants, man, they're surprising me with how they're playing today. Did not think that game was going to be nearly as close as it is, or that the Giants would be playing, or Giants would even have a chance to win that game. I think it depends. Because the issue with Gano is this is like the second time he got injured in pregame. As Mayfield looks to throw in 2nd and 5. Pass left side is going to be incomplete. Godwin couldn't get both feet in bounds. 3rd and 5. I think Koo is the Giants kicker for the time being. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's the guy going forward. Quinion Mitchell forcing Godwin out of bounds. And he's making a lot of plays today for this Eagles defense. But a big 3rd down. The Buccaneers need an offensive drive that can end in the end zone without it being off of a 70-plus yard play. Mayfield in shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Looking to throw. Pressure coming. Mayfield's pass is incomplete over the middle, but a penalty marker is down. They're going to get DPI on Philly here. Looking for Sterling Shepard. He was impeded for doing his route. There's a hold on Philly there. He gets bumped into by Jahad Campbell. Yeah, that's a penalty on Philly for sure. Yeah, that was a explosion of offense in the second half for Houston. I'm more curious if they can continue it into like the following weeks, but we'll see. Oh, yeah, true. Atlanta's front office, it has made so many questionable choices throughout the past however many years. Bucky Irvin in shotgun, gonna taking himself up the middle for some wildcat, and that gets about 7. Mayfield was lined up as a running back behind him after a little bit of a shift there. Yeah, Atlanta's very confusing. Who's Houston's next opponent? Oh, they play Baltimore next week. That's great. Mayfield under center back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Making some adjustments at the line. Play clock winding down. Ball on the Philly 30. Handoff, left side in some space. First down carry for Bucky Irvin. Gets inside the 25 to the 23. 10 minutes remain. Jalen Carter's coming back onto the field. Yeah. Atlanta just needs consistency, and they have not had that a lot this season. Mayfield under center back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Making some adjustments at the line. Play clock winding down. Mayfield, handoff right side for Rashard White. Gonna get about 2. Okay, now Jalen Carter's back onto the field. I mean, we'll see how Baltimore plays today. The game against Kansas City is going to be an interesting one. So 2nd and 9, Mayfield in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left, looking to throw. Pressure coming, pass, right side back, shoulder incomplete. Looking for Egbuka. Quinion Mitchell, tight end coverage once again. He's having himself an incredible game. Yeah, it's an interesting game for sure. I didn't expect it to be, I mean, part of me expected it to be a massive blowout. But then I saw that the spread was 16 and a half, and I'm just like, yeah, maybe, but are we serious? 3rd and 9, Mayfield in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left, looking for the 14.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Pass over the middle is caught. Down to the 11. A first down for Tampa is Chris Godwin on the reception. 8.5 to play in the game. Tampa is storming back into this one. I could see Baltimore losing. I'm just not sure, though. Kansas City has been such a weird team this year. It does seem like, out of nowhere, it seems like the Steelers may win that division this year, which would be a scary sign for the NFL. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left, looking to throw once again. Pressure coming, avoids it, trying to take it himself. Now dancing in the pocket and just going to throw it towards the end zone, is picked off. Jahad Campbell picks it off in the end zone. There is a penalty on this play. We'll see what this is. But Mayfield, just throw that away properly next time. As Jalen Carter is also slow to get up. Is an eligible man downfield. That will be declined. And that's a killer for Tampa. Just throw it away, Baker. He tried to force it. Yeah, after seeing he's not able to take it himself, he tried to force it. Threw it off his back foot. That's a bad decision. It got tipped. Reed Blankenship tipped it as well. That's why it was off the mark. Unfortunate. Still would rather see him throw it away than try and force that pass. Because it probably would have been picked off either way. Just throw it away, Baker. Just throw it away next time. Yeah, but again, no team's going to get blown out like that 2 weeks in a row. So it also does make sense why this game would be a little bit closer. Plus Buffalo coming off of 10 days rest. Part of it makes sense. Yeah, the Browns still suck. That's to be expected. Hurts under center, back and fullback behind him. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to lose about 2 or 3. Saquon Barkley on the carry. This Tampa defense is giving everything they got. But Quinyon Mitchell, for as good as he's playing, these refs have also missed like 3 penalties against him. Like he has been holding people. Hurts and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. 2nd and 12 from the 18. A handoff once again up the middle, and this time there's room. That's a gain of roughly 8 for Saquon. 7 minutes to play. It's just they just had a bad game offensively. There's not much else to it. You hope that something like that doesn't happen again. Yeah, that was a really bad loss for the Packers last week. I expect them to bounce back though. I think they'll be fine. And then like I mentioned in power rankings, that might be the loss where they just end up going on a massive run and that brings them to the Super Bowl. Who knows? 3rd and 2. Hurts and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Going to look to throw. Pressure coming. Pass right side is off the mark and incomplete. Looking for A.J. Brown. The blitz off the right side forced a really bad pass. And Tampa's defense does their job. It remains a 1-score game with them getting the ball back. That might have been a pick 6 if Hurts was able to properly throw that ball, which is a crazier thing. Maybe, but if that's the case, wouldn't you want to get Jameis Winston like now? So that way, in case those 2 weeks do end up not being it, he would have time to learn the offense. This punt will be returned beginning from the 20 and gets up to about the 22. 6:07 to play in the game. Tampa gonna need. I mean, this is basically the drive here. Tampa needs a touchdown, or at least points. If they only get a field goal, I mean that's why you throw it away on the previous drive. If you throw it away, play it smart and at least get a field goal on the previous drive, make this a 5-point game. I mean, you're feeling a lot better. And that's the actual score of this. I don't know how Tampa got an extra point. Yeah, probably. I'm very curious on when Tennessee gets their first win this season. Because they feel like a team that should be able to win some of these tighter games. We'll see. Mayfield in shotgun, play action, looking to throw. Has time, gonna roll to his right to buy some more, gonna take it himself. Gets out of bounds near the 32-ish, maybe. But a good carry there for Baker. Again, this is the drive here. You got the point now where you find the end zone, you have to go for 2, no matter what the situation is and how much time's left. But ideally, you would want to score before the 2-minute warning. Mayfield in shotgun back to his right, 3 receiving options to the left. 2nd and 4 from the 28. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of about 3 for Bucky Irvin. Taking their time still. I get it. There's plenty of time left, but I mean, you kind of don't want this to be the final drive because you might not get a 2-point conversion. 3rd and 1. Mayfield under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Philly is stacking the box. Handoff left side. Trying to spin his way, but stuffed at the line for no gain. Zach Bond on the tackle. And we'll see what Tampa does here. Seems like they'll keep the offense on the field. They understand they're in a moment that it's basically 4-down territory. If only Wirfs was able to get out there enough. All right, Baker under center for 4th and 1. 3 receiving options to the left, back behind him. Baker, handoff up the middle, that gets the first. Rashard White gets 1.5 yards. Under 4 minutes to play. No, they were always at 23. I accidentally put them at 24. That's how Tampa lost a point. This is more of a personal thing, but I feel like Miami does not use their orange enough in their uniforms. I wouldn't say necessarily a full orange look, but definitely incorporate the orange a bit more than what is typically used. Quick pass right side to Bucky Irvin. Is going to have some room there and still go and has space. First down and a whole lot more. Gain of roughly 20. And then gets out of bounds. 3:18 to play. Good blocking from Cade Otton, and Bucky Irvin does the rest, making some people miss. I think Miami had like the 2016 color rush, but those were ugly. Handoff up the middle, and there's some room. Gonna be about 5. Like the 2000s orange alternates were beautiful. I love those. But that's really like the only time they've like properly utilized the orange as a alternate jersey color. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very weird. That's why like the orange could work when mixed with the navy really well, I think. But Miami typically never uses their darker navy, which they did for the rivalry uniforms, which is why it looks kind of nice. Mayfield's pass over the middle is high and behind of Cade Otton, incomplete. A 3rd and 6 coming up. You're in 4-down territory now firmly. 2.5 to play in the game. All right. Yeah, also depends on like what era orange, because like the 2016 era orange is way too light. I like it a little bit darker, which I think the current orange is compared to all the previous ones. Mayfield looking to throw on 3rd and 6, escapes a collapsing pocket and takes it himself for a first down. Baker Mayfield gets 7 on a play that should have lost about 7. And seemingly that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. I don't know how Baker constantly does stuff like this. It is insane. Mayfield looking to throw. And there's a penalty before the snap. A false start on Tampa. That's why you just bring it to the 2-minute warning instead of trying to rush. You have all 3 timeouts. So a false start and the 2-minute warning. Mayfield is shaken up a bit. We had 2-minute warning. Yeah. gradients are also something you have to be careful with. I mean, like Atlanta's gradient, I don't really like how that looks. When Jacksonville did their gradient, it was fine. I think part of the issue with those is it's something being a gradient to black, which is a very tough gradient to nail. Mayfield gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's Bucky Irvin for about 4-ish. But now we're at the 2-minute warning. 1:56 to play. Tampa needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They're taking a lot of time on this clock. But at the same time, it's fine. Like, you gotta try and find this end zone. We're at a commercial break. I'll quickly be right back. All right, I'm back. I'll have faith. Yeah, it's going to be interesting for Tampa. Again, the plan is to be live for Baltimore and Kansas City right after this. We might miss like a play or two, as I'm going to get a new stream scheduled for that because I don't want these to get too clogged up. For the UFL, I kind of don't care about clogging things up, but for these, I want to make sure like they're separate streams. Because like in the UFL, when there's back-to-back games like this one seeming like it's going to be, I'll just do it all in one stream because it's easier for the UFL. But for the NFL, I feel like you have to separate them. All right, just coming back from commercial break. All right, Tampa, there's a lot riding on this. A 2nd and 12. Mayfield in shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. If you can score without burning timeouts, you're in a fantastic spot. Tight end sent in motion. Mayfield looks to throw. Pressure coming, stacked. Oh my god, he got blown up. Absolutely drilled by midfield. A nice blitz sent by Philly, and he stood no chance. Yeah, no, that's a great pass stun. Only so much you can do there. But Tampa calls their first timeout. It's 3rd and 23. You know you're going to end up going for it. So ideally, you want to get like 13 minimum on this play. No, I don't care. I've heard that joke so many times, and at least this year is looking very accurate. I don't care. Third and 23. Mayfield in shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. You need at least 13 to set up a more manageable 4th down. Mayfield to throw. Pass left side caught by Rashard White. Gonna make one man miss. Gets past the 40 to about the 38. And that's a gain of 12. That is exactly what you're looking for on that play. 12. I mean, yeah, that's a gain. Yes, that's a gain. Exactly a gain of 13. That is perfect. It's a 4th and 10, and the clock's ticking. They're not calling timeouts. This is an interesting play. Mayfield and shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. You need his 4th down. Game on the line here. Mayfield to throw. Pressure coming. Trying to avoid it. Pass over the middle is caught, but well short. And it's going to be, going to be a turnover on downs. Even if they ruled out a fumble. It gets picked up well short. And Tampa came ever so close. But with 53 seconds remaining and 2 timeouts, does not seem like they'll get it done. This game can be summed up in 3 different things. The first, and at the end of the day, the least who gives a fuck of them all. The bad fumble call on Bucky Irvin that led to the Eagles getting the touchdown that sealed this game. At the end of the day, that's the least of Tampa's concerns with why they lost this game. The second is Baker's interception on the second to last drive. He needs to have played smarter with the ball, because if you throw it away there, you get a touchdown on that drive. All you needed was a field goal here, and you got into field goal range. Or even then, you kick the field goal there, and you can win it with a touchdown. You played this drive differently, because you're not playing for a touchdown and 2 points. The third is the entire first half. Tampa played terribly the entire first half, and that's the biggest reason they lost this game. Because they completely flipped the script in the second half. But the first half was terrible. Like, the offense couldn't do anything in the first half. The defense struggled. They had that blocked punt for a touchdown to begin this game. That's the biggest reason. But man, this was a tough one for Tampa. But at the same time, this is a very good win for Philly. This cleared a lot of the issues that people had with Philly. Like, the Phillies offense finally showed up. Wasn't a full 60 they showed up for, but they still played pretty well. The defense was there. The only issue that Philly still has after this game is needing to play a full 60. Because they have yet to do that this season. But even with that, they're 4-0. Hurts and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. 57 seconds remain. Handoff to Barkley up the middle. Going to get about a yard. And Tampa will call a timeout. But I think at this point, am I able to schedule a stream while I'm live? Because Baltimore KC kicks off soon. Cool. We're going to do that. Only thing with it is I won't be able to get a description made. But who cares? Second and 9, Hurts under center, back and fullback behind him. Gonna hand this off up the middle once again, and that's gonna be Saquon Barkley up to the 40. Tampa will call their final timeout. And they're gonna need a miracle if they're gonna come back in this one. And that is scheduled. Cool. Now I can more streamlined go to... All right, 3rd and 5, 50 seconds remain. So in theory, we can see Tampa get the ball back. Hurts handoff up the middle for Saquon, going to lose about a yard. And yeah, they're going to need to punt this one away. They are going to need to punt this one away. There you go. So we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? You can get a crazy punt return here, and Tampa all of a sudden has a shot. Almost caught Captain Hurts slipping. That's crazy. Philly's going to call their final timeout with about 6 seconds remaining. So, hey, if Tampa can get a crazy punt return here, like if they can get an absolute crazy punt return, they still could tie this game, but it's going to be a long shot. What's going to end up being the final play. Yeah, I mean, they nearly had a great punt return earlier. They nearly had a punt return touchdown earlier, so there's still definitely a shot in this. But then they will need a 2-point try, so we'll see. All right, Brendan Mann set to send this one down. Oh no, he's running backwards. He's running backwards, and their time has expired. Smart play. It's a safety for Tampa, but time has ran out, and Philly will win. Very smart play. We saw this happen in the Indiana-Iowa game. No, it was the Rutgers-Iowa game. Don't remember. But that's a very smart play. We saw that happen there. Baltimore did this in the Super Bowl against San Francisco. Just snap the ball and run your ass backwards. But that will do it between Philly and Tampa. Baltimore and Kansas City kicks off in about 4 minutes. Stream is scheduled. Head over there, and I'll see you all there. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.